Hello and welcome back, dear students. Now in last video you have learned about bacteria and of course protozoa. Now the next microorganism is fungi. Now what is the size of the fungus? Fungus size is approximately 10 micrometers to 100 micrometers. So it is little smaller as compared to that of a protozoan, but larger as compared to that of bacterium. Now in the earlier video I have mentioned to you that fungi comprises of different types of organisms. So in these there are macroorganisms as well as microorganisms. So in this video you are going to learn about classification of microbes and not about the macrobes. So microbes, only few fungi are there, whereas macrobes, many fungi are there. So let us now focus on which are the microbes in the kingdom fungi or the group fungi. Okay, now let us see where are they found. As I have already mentioned to you before, they are found on dead and decaying matter and dead bodies of plants and animals. So that means they are decaying the dead things of the plants and animals. So eukaryotic, I have already mentioned to you what is eukaryotic. I have also shown you the cell, how a eukaryotic cell looks like. Then some are unicellular and others are visible with naked eyes. Now that means there are two different types. Now though it was not mentioned in the classification of living organisms, whether here there are unicellular or not, but in fungi also there are few organisms which are unicellular in nature, like for example the yeast. You might have seen you might have heard about the baker's yeast, which is used mostly to prepare bread. So this baker's yeast is unicellular microorganism or unicellular fungus. Fine. So others are visible with naked eyes are macrobes. So in microorganisms there are even multicellular ones. They are like penicillium and aspergillus. You can see them under the microscope, but they are multicellular, not unicellular. Fine. Then they reproduce sexually and asexually by cell division or maybe by budding. Now what does this mean? Now earlier organisms like protista or maybe protozoa and monera, that is bacteria, it was not mentioned anywhere about the reproduction, sexual reproduction. But since it is a higher organism, it reproduces sexually. That means they reproduce by formation of the gametes. Then asexually by means of either cell division, like for example aspergillus or penicillium reproduces by cell division. Okay, and yeast reproduces by budding. I will show you the picture of a budding yeast, then you will understand what it is. Now here I have placed the different types or different microorganisms which belongs to fungi kingdom. So this is multicellular microbe, that is aspergillus. Okay, so next is penicillium. Penicillium is also a multicellular organism. Then we have yeast. So its scientific name is Saccharomyces. Okay, or as I have mentioned to you in the first video about binomial nomenclature, its binomial nomenclature is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay, this is aspergillus and this is Penicillium notatum. Fine, this is Rhizopus species. Okay, so here you can see a bird coming out of the yeast. So this reproduces by budding method, whereas aspergillus or maybe penicillium or even this rhizopus, all of them divide by cell division. Next, let us go to the next group of organisms. They are algae. So algae approximate size is around 10 micrometers to 100 micrometers. Okay, fine. So algae are actually both like fungi. Algae are also having a microscopic organism as well as macroscopic organism. And in microscopic again there are unicellular as well as multicellular organisms. Now if you see now from where this algae has come, you might say, so algae belongs to plant kingdom. Okay, so since algae belongs to plant kingdom, it is also coming under the classification of microbes. So where are mostly algae found? They are aquatic in nature. That means they are found mostly in the water, maybe fresh water or maybe marine water, but they are aquatic organism. Then eukaryotic, as you know by now, both unicellular and multicellular organisms are present, and they are autotrophic in nature. So their mode of nutrition is only autotrophic. That means since they are plants, they prepare their own food with the help of chlorophyll, and you will be able to see the green colored pictures of the algae. Okay, then next, since they are autotrophic organisms, they have the process called as photosynthesis, and everybody knows photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process in which the plant prepares its own food with the help of chlorophyll and in presence of sunlight. Fine. So the photo means light and synthesis preparation of the food. Fine. So this is regarding algae. Now let me show you some of the pictures of algae. So here you can see unicellular alga called as chlorella. Fine. Then we have Chlamydomonas, which is also an alga, unicellular alga. So these are all different. This is one cell, this is another cell, this is another cell. So all these are different cells. You don't think that it is like a colony here. They are not colonies. They are single cells, also unicellular cells called as chlorella. You can see the green color here, which shows that there is a presence of chloroplast in them. Now here you can see a Chlamydomonas is having also, this is the chloroplast of the Chlamydomonas. Then a multicellular alga, which is microscopic in nature, is Spirogyra. So everybody must have heard about, in Marathi we call it a Shewal. Okay, so this is a Shewal. Okay, Spirogyra, common one, which is found mostly in the ponds and all. During rainy season you will be getting now all everywhere algal blooms coming out. In that, one of them will be Spirogyra. Another one you can see multicellular. These are different cells. Okay, so this is example of Eulothrix, which is not given in your textbook, but as additional information I have mentioned it to you. Fine. So this is regarding the kingdom fungi and kingdom microbes, fungi, and even the algae. Okay, so in the next video I am going to talk in detail about the viruses. So till then, thank you.